everyone, welcome back. So today we are going to talk about how to save thousands on your dream wedding and what we did to stay organized. Make sure you subscribe, click the subscribe button, hit the little bell so you can get notified whenever we drop a new video. Stay tuned. Congratulations to all the guys who just got engaged recently. Welcome to wedding planning. Wedding planning is stressful.
It can be.
Yes, but it's also fun as well. First thing that we like to talk about is people say to create a budget. We didn't create a budget because...
So we got a whole bunch of money?
Yeah, I wish we had a whole bunch of money, but no. Instead of creating a budget, we decided to think like, what is our needs and our wants for our dream wedding? Weddings obviously supposed to only happen once, so you want everything to be nice and perfect, especially for a girl. They want their Cinderella story or whatever theme you have in your head. So just think of your needs and your wants. Once you start looking into things like, you know, all the different kind of vendors, then you get some prices. Whoa, like how can I afford this? Instead of thinking about, oh, I can charge that, I can do this, and no, extend your engagement, which is one thing that we did.
You know, it allowed us to save some more money, also explore more options. You don't want to pick the first vendor that you speak to because it might be someone who can beat their price. So that's another benefit of extending the engagement.
Like we said in previous videos, we were engaged for almost 2 years, which helped us save a lot of money and helped us not use our credit card. You don't want to have your whole wedding, go on your honeymoon, come back, and 10 years
bills.
Yeah, and 10 years later you're still paying for it, which is something that you don't want to do. So if you want something that you have to have for your wedding, just extend your engagement. No one's clocking you like, oh my gosh, like why are you taking this so long to get married?
And it's your wedding.
Yeah,
who cares?
tell them mind their business. Besides that, where to start wedding planning? One thing that we did was we chose our wedding date. We know that we wanted to have our wedding on a Friday because when you start looking for vendors, weddings on Fridays are usually cheaper than Saturday.
Way cheaper than Saturday because Friday is still considered a weekday. Once you get to Saturdays, the numbers, I mean, they were like twice as much. Everything the same, it was twice as much. So definitely wanted to do it on a Friday.
And when I looked in the calendar, I was like, ooh, 7/7/17. This sounds perfect. And I was thinking about a wedding hashtag. So my friend Instagram is James Blonde. I was like, oh, James, that's our last name, Bond. I was like, oh, it could be a James Bond theme. So it was perfect with the 7/7/17. Think of a theme. I'm sure you females already have a theme in your head anyway from all your Pinterest boards and all that stuff. You know, originally that wasn't my theme that I wanted. You know, I always pictured a rustic wedding, but since, you know, we got so into the James Bond thing, like we just made everything James Bond. So our wedding colors were black, white, red with some silver in it as well. Just want to think of what the feel you want for your wedding and have that on the top of your head. You know, look on pictures for different ideas. The thing you should create is a wedding email. And to have a wedding email so you can separate your Old Navy coupon from your caterer's email.
You don't want it to get lost.
When it comes with money, you don't want that to get lost. I'm like, hey, you owe this.
Yeah.
So definitely create a wedding email. People can also email you know, regarding to the wedding. You can put that on your wedding website. We did our wedding website on weddingwire.com or the not.com too.
And it's still up. Like our wedding website is still up.
Yeah, so you know,
we'll put the link down.
If you guys want to check it out. The next thing you want to do is start your guest list. Now your guest list can cause a couple arguments, a couple disagreements because you're like, oh, I only want this amount of people, but then, oh, I gotta invite my cousin's cousin, like everybody. And there's a diagram that we looked at online that helps you figure out who you should invite and who you shouldn't invite. So, you know, like how long you know the person. When's the last time you talked to them?
Did you talk to them within the last year?
Yeah, and that can cut out a lot of people. It's a new year. I'm sure you still haven't heard from your friends from last year.
Exactly.
Or look for that diagram, because that can definitely help, you know, cut off some people. Are different options for guest lists. You can make a guest list, which is must-have. B guest list. Somebody from A can't come, so they move up from the B to the A. The thing you want to remember for your guest list is don't let your family members tell you who to invite. You don't have to invite so-and-so that you haven't seen since you were 2 years old. Just remember to just put your foot down and say, look, it's my wedding. I'll invite whoever I want to invite. To get into our vendor search.
This is where you save money at.
Yes. Each vendor, you gotta think about it. Is it a need or is it a want? Whenever you start wedding planning, just think about it. Do I really need this? Can I save some money? Are there other options? Can I do it myself?
Are you gonna notice that it wasn't there?
Yeah. So the first vendor on the list might be a wedding planner. Well, at first we didn't think that we needed a wedding planner. Probably a year that we were engaged and we were like, no, we don't need a wedding planner. And then once we started doing our own vendor search for like florists and things like that, like come on, we can just do things ourselves. We realized that who's gonna help us bring all these DIY to the venue? And we didn't want to ask our family members because we want them to enjoy themselves too. So that's when we decided, like, all right, let's hire a wedding planner that can help us the day of. Now wedding planners do have different options, so you don't have to get them full time to help you with every detail. You can just have a day of wedding planner.
That's less expensive when you just do the day of.
Yeah. Also, it's just a lot of help, you know, to keep you organized, especially month-to-month updates that you have to do. And also just the day of the wedding, like the timing. The day goes by so quick, and just to have that wedding planner, to have that.
Keep you on schedule.
Yeah.
Keep you on track. You get around all your closest friends. All of you are talking, you're getting dressed and
drinking.
There's a lot going on. You see a lot of people that you probably haven't seen in a long time all together in one place, and you can lose track of time easily. So the wedding planner is there to work. They're not there to be their old friend or talk to someone they haven't seen in a long time. They're making sure everybody's still on track, still on schedule. And I know for me, there was a lot of times where they were pulling us, telling us where to go, and if they weren't there, we'd probably be still in the hotel room right now. Another
shout out to Michelle with the Marlena event. If you are in the Hampton Roads area and if you're looking for a wedding planner, definitely hire her because she's really great. Next vendor is the venue, which is obviously the most important thing because it's where you're gonna get married at. With venues, you gotta ask, you know, what do they offer? Do they offer tables, chairs?
Linen, does that come with the tables?
Like so many things you have to ask.
Can you bring your own alcohol?
How strict are they? So with our venue, we had our wedding at the Museum of Contemporary Art in Virginia Beach. It's a museum, so it's already nice already.
You didn't have to have that many decorations because it was, I mean, it's already nice inside.
It has inside trees, nicely lit.
Lights.
It had lights on the top already. They came with the tables and chairs, so that's like, you know, check, check, check. Bring our own alcohol, which helped us save a lot of money as well.
Some venues, they only allow you to use the caterers that they work with. They allowed us to use whatever caterer we wanted to use. That gave us more options.
So definitely ask all these questions. I'm sure there's a list of questions online of what to ask to your venue so you can start checking things off your list. So our next thing is photography. Photography was a big deal for me because I love photos. I love taking pictures. It's a definite need in my book. It was just like, I need for me, and obviously he had some of his, like his main thing was he wanted to get married at the Mocha. He got his need. My need was the photographer. I actually found my photographer on weddingwire.com. Her name is Molly. We'll put her Instagram name below. And she was wonderful. When you start looking for a photographer, look at their different packages, you know, how long you want them there for at the wedding. Also, if they provide a complimentary engagement shoot. So she actually did our engagement shoot and we used those pictures for our wedding website as well as our save the dates. Our invitations as well, we used them. Wedding pictures were absolutely gorgeous. Lighting, everything was perfect. That was something that I was willing to splurge a little bit more on than some other things. You don't always have to hire like a photographer from Wedding Wire at all. You can always ask a friend, help them build their portfolio and also help you save money, helping each other out. So definitely look into that as well. So the next thing is stationery. Is it a need or a want? For us, it's obviously a need. Some people don't do save the dates. We did save the dates. And we did our save the dates on, I believe it's minted.com, but you can also do it on shutterfly.com. So we did do it online, but some people actually hire a person that does all that, like calligraphy and handwritten, like all that fancy stuff.
The way we did it was fine. It was, you know, straight to the point. And we really wanted to send the save the dates because the wedding was around the holiday, so we wanted to kind of send everyone another kind of notification that they kind of remember that the wedding was
on a Friday.
A Friday.
Which a lot of people didn't realize. They're like, wait, I gotta take off work?
Also, it's a few days right after the 4th of July.
Now with invitations, I had a friend that helped us do our invitations. We had an idea that we wanted, we sold it on Etsy for like $8
per
invitation. Times that by 150 people. We're like, no. We showed her our idea and she was like, oh, I can do that. Bought everything on Amazon, shipped it to her. She just made it herself and helped us out. So that helped us save a lot of money. Yeah. Shout out to Cara, thank you.
I never really seen anything like that as far as the invitation goes.
We're perfect with our theme. So many people like posted it on Facebook like, whoa, like we can't wait for this wedding. Never seen an invitation like this.
At the bar high.
Yeah. Things for stationery that you might need. Menu card, drink menu, round.
Tables.
Yeah, table numbers. Now with that, I made it myself. I have like an app on my phone and I just made it myself, printed it out, put it in a nice frame.
Yeah. You never know how much $2-3 frame from Ross can change something.
With our programs, we kept it nice, short and sweet. Some people put like the bridesmaids' names and all this other stuff. We were just like, let's get it straight to the point. So everyone loved it. They're like, oh yeah, we can't wait for the reception after this wedding. The next vendor you will need is a caterer. Most expensive thing, because you gotta think about the little things. You invite this many people, this is how many forks you need, how many spoons you need, how many knives, cups, plates,
salad plates,
the food they have to make,
servers.
It's a lot. You know, it is worth the money. So definitely, please shop around for different caterers. Quotes that we got, it went from like 20,000, like 7,000. We're like, whoa, like, come on. All we want is some chicken.
That's it. That's one thing. We decided to pick our favorite foods. We had Parmesan crusted chicken, and then we had the Alfredo with broccoli.
Those are our favorite foods. So many people, you know, overthink like, oh well,
what is so and so gonna like?
Yeah, maybe I should have steak or lobster. Oh, save your money. They're just gonna eat and just want to dance anyway.
Some people probably not even gonna eat it.
Exactly. Oh, this is our way. We're gonna do everything our way and put our favorites. Same with the drinks. And the same with the drinks. So our favorite liquor is Jack Daniels.
Was.
Oh yeah. Not after the wedding, we had too much of it. Well, it was Jack. And so that's what we had on the menu. We didn't have any other liquor. We like Jack, and we're gonna have 2 different types of Jack and ginger ale. We had whiskey sour, our favorite beers. We had cider, wine. We had all that, only our favorites.
It's the one day where you can be completely selfish, and you should be.
With caterers, you want to ask certain questions, like do they help set up for the wedding? Luckily, ours, they help with everything. They help set up the chairs in the ceremony room, and we actually had a room flip. Right after the wedding ceremony, the guests went to cocktail hour in another room, and while they're in cocktail hour, they were flipping the room for the reception. It's about these questions if you're having a room flip. Want to ask, you know, do they provide bartenders? Since we did provide our own alcohol, they did provide bartenders as well. And the best part about looking for different caterers, of course, you know, once you finalize on one, is the food tasting. It's so good because they show you like from beginning to end what kind of dressing. You know, if you don't like this, they can add this and that. The food tasting was delicious. The next vendor you want to look for is a florist.
This is one of the areas where you can kind of cut corners, or you can really save.
Is it really a need or a want for you? Now, I love flowers, but I don't love it as much to pay $10,000 for
something that we are creative enough to do,
and for something
$200.
Yeah, and for something that's gonna die the next day. I did want real flowers in the beginning. I'm like, oh, people are gonna look and sit down at their centerpieces, like, oh, is this real, is this fake? And I was overthinking, I was just like, well, this amount just changed my mind. We saw like 4 different florists, and I was just like, no.
The prices were outrageous, and And the things that they were doing they were nice things that they were doing, but just looking at it and knowing her, myself, I'm like, we can do this, or I know we can do this.
Pinterest again. So we just stick with our James Bond thing. We look for different centerpieces, and I was just like, Michaels. So shout out to Michaels, because that's where we got everything from. The flower bases to the little decoration. We just had a centerpiece decorating party, you know, the trial and error. We tried like a couple different centerpieces, like no. Eventually we finalized on 3 different centerpieces,
and we did that ourselves. Like, we didn't even ask anyone to judge them or what they think. Like, we literally did it all ourselves.
The best thing about it is, like, you know, you can, you know, personalize it. One centerpiece, it was a cube, and it had like cards around it, and I don't think anyone really realized, but we noticed because that's what we did. We put certain letters and numbers. It was in a certain order where you
had certain cards in a certain
like
order.
King, queen.
They told a story. We're living in 3017, not 2017.
The only thing that scared me was getting all these flowers. You know, sometimes they sell out, they're out of season. I was freaking out. I was like, oh my gosh, I don't have this certain color red that I need. And you couldn't even tell. It blended in well.
It mixed them up.
And only real flowers that we had at our wedding was my bouquet and his boutonniere. That was all I needed. Because, you know, it's your wedding, so, you know, get your own bouquet. Yeah, my sister made the boutonnieres for the groomsmen. Michaels, too, they sell bouquets like that in Michaels. And it was small, and I just added some red ribbon around it so it can be a part of the wedding theme. Once the reception starts,
those boutonnieres and those flowers
are gone. Know your friends. If you know they're going to be drinking or, you know, going to be partying and stuff like that, they're not going to be like, oh, I want to save these flowers.
They ain't worried about no flowers.
So the next vendor you're going to look for is the cake. Now, the cake is also kind of pricey as well. We didn't want the traditional cake. We actually did a cupcake tower, and then we had our own small cake to do the cake cutting on top.
So with the cupcake tower, we were able to just, if you want it, you can kind of just walk, grab it, keep it moving.
It saved us a lot of money as well.
Yeah.
And we had like 3 different flavors.
The lady who from the cake place, she told us a little trick that whenever you go to purchase, whether it's cupcakes or a cake for a wedding, once you say wedding, they automatically double the price just from you saying wedding. So instead of asking for a wedding cake, it's for a retirement or
anniversary,
just some type of celebration other than a wedding, and the price will be a little bit lower.
Now we're saying that, you know, this is for anniversary or retirement, things like that. They actually have to deliver the cake to your venue. If you're gonna say it's something for other than your wedding, then have someone close to you to pick up the cake for you and then deliver it to your wedding. Make sure that you have your butt covered for that. So the next vendor you wanna look for are linens. It's something that we didn't even think about. We're like, tablecloths? Really? You gotta pay for tablecloths? For napkins?
They're expensive too.
Yeah, with linens, you know, that wasn't provided with our venue. So we did find a nice linen, like set it up for you right in front of you on their table. We wanted for our napkins was to be shaped as a bow tie to go with the James Bond theme. Napkin rings you gotta pay for.
And you gotta pay for everything. Nothing's free.
I know.
Nothing.
Definitely still shop around. Is it a need or a want for your wedding?
I've seen some people have like sequins linen cloth.
We had sequins.
No, but some people have sequins on all of the tables. But we just had sequins on our table and then the cake table, kind of the tables that people would be looking at the most. It made a big difference between having a plain linen versus having the sequins.
It was like $60 each.
Just for one
tablecloth. I mean, it looked nice for us, of course, but for everybody else, white tablecloth is fine with like. Next vendor you're gonna look for is your DJ. No, ask friends. I'm sure your friend's friend knows a DJ and see how much they charge before you hire, you know, a professional DJ and MC. We had DARIUS' cousin.
We hired my cousin who he DJs in Wars. He was there. He was gonna be at the wedding either way, so I told him he might as well just come and DJ. He did a good job. And our MC, another friend of mine who was gonna be there anyway, he MC'd and he kind of stole the show. He was like,
everybody was asking like, who is he? Like, we need him at our next event.
Shout out to Jemima.
So with the music, you know, some people even want a live band instead of a DJ. With us, you know, we want it to be a party. Make sure the music is, of course, if you have kids there, you know, kind of kid friendly. So we didn't invite kids. The only kids we had at our wedding is the ones, you know, obviously Mackenzie. If you just, you know, the flower girls and the ring bearers, and that's the only kids that we had. So just make sure you play the music that you want to hear. Next vendor that you might need but you might not need is party favors. First, I always think that you could just make yourself. Like, you don't need anybody to make your party favors. Like, that's something that should be DIYs, but if you're not a DIY person or creative person, of course you can always hire somebody to do it. Our party favors, we chose sunglasses because obviously we're with our theme, and on the side of our sunglasses we had our wedding hashtag. We have little notes tied on each sunglasses, which I made and cut it out and hand tied each one of them. That wasn't too much money, you know, with sunglasses. And sunglasses are fun, you know, when you're partying, and that's something that you can, you know, have. And we got married in the summertime. People were wearing it. People are still wearing it now. Make sure your party favors, you know, go with your theme as well if you want to just bring it all together. The next thing you want to keep in mind is obviously your attire. Talked about all these other vendors. You're like, hello, what about my wedding dress? Of course the wedding dress is important. Some people, you know, buy a whole new wedding dress, or they just buy an old used, I want to say old, just a used one. That can help you save a lot of money. I've seen my own wedding dress on a website, but it wasn't my size. Hard, you know, risky to buy something online from somebody that's used. But if they're local, then of course you can always meet up with them and try it on. There's so many different consignment shops that sell wedding dresses. Definitely explore your options. Thing with your groomsmen.
For the groom, if you have, I believe it was 6 or more groomsmen, they all rent from Men's Warehouse. The groom actually got his tuxedo for free. And all of my guys, we all got together, we all rented from, and we all don't live in the same state, so Men's Warehouse is one of those national stores, so they were all over the place. You could just go in the store, I gave them the wedding party information, go get their sizes done, and told them what store we were picking it up from, the store that was closest to the wedding venue. If everyone did that, then the groom got it for free. So I got my tuxedo for free.
Meanwhile, I spent how much on my wedding dress? Now with bridesmaids, of course you can go to a boutique and look for bridesmaids dresses. To me, bridesmaids dresses are kind of like prom dresses sometimes, depending on your style. I was looking on different websites, and one website that I loved was azazzy.com, and that's actually where all my bridesmaids got their dresses. The great thing about that is that you can choose what color you want, and then there's so many different styles. I thought about having all my bridesmaids wear different kind of styles, but that just ended up too much going on. Like, you know what, wear this dress in this color and I'll see you at the wedding. The best thing about it is that you can get it custom fit for free. I really love that website. So like, so many people like got their measurements, typed it in online, they shipped it, and it fit like a glove. It fit perfect. You didn't know that? Yeah. And if you have any questions, obviously just leave a comment below and I can, you know, elaborate on that. Next thing is hair and makeup. For you ladies, just ask friends. You know, hair and makeup is obviously important. You know, makeup was important for me as well. Luckily, I knew someone who I used to work with in the makeup department. She did my makeup and all my bridesmaids' makeup for a good price. Definitely shop around, ask friends, you know, help people out. So many ladies out there do makeup these days. Just to help them build their portfolio, just ask them to see if they can do your makeup or your hair.
I could have did your makeup.
Now, something that are optional for your wedding are videographers. Ask your friends who record, you know, see if they can help you out and record for you, because videographers are expensive. You want to ask them when you are, you know, discussing with the videographer, how long is it going to take till I get my video, sneak peek, highlights to get my DVD, how long can you be there for, how much it's going to cost. So there's so many things to ask for when you do hire a videographer. And
I think it was, like you said, it's optional, because nowadays with all the social media, we have a whole Snapchat story of our wedding that everybody that attended the wedding that posted something on Snapchat, like we have it saved. I think the file's too big to upload it anywhere.
Yeah, I can't do anything with it, but it's on my Snapchat memories. Because when I'm bored, I can like watch it, because like everyone like put it into that story.
And you can just see everything that
you saw from
start to finish,
and from different angles.
Yeah, from different people's perspectives. So that was just as good as any highlight or any video that you did.
Yeah, another thing that can be optional are photo booths. I did want a photo booth, but when I heard $2,000, I was like, no. Now photo booths are really cool. Some that you take little pictures and things like that, and the person who is a part of the photo booth vendor, they actually make like a scrapbook, you know, write little notes, and it's really cute to keep. But you know, just for that money, I was just like, man,
that money can go elsewhere.
Yeah. So what we did is just built our own type of photo booth. So we did buy a backdrop that we got on Etsy. They always send you proofs and things like that to see how you want it, what font you want. So we just got something simple. And one thing with photo booths, you want to remember, everything is on social media. People want a picture right now to post, like, oh, here, I'm at this wedding. I want everybody to know. Let's just have a backdrop, have the little props that we got. Take their picture on their phone and they can post and keep it moving. If they want a nice picture, they can just call the photographer, like, hey, can you take a picture of me in front of this? And that's it. That saved us a lot of money. Our own photo booth. And we got a lot of cute pictures in front of that too. Another thing that's optional are monograms and lighting. The Mocha, they had lighting already. Oh, they were saying that you can add extra lighting.
I was sold on the lighting that they had. Once you see the prices for extra lighting,
yeah,
I'm good.
Alright, we don't need the lighting, but I did want a monogram. I want my name on the floor, you know, our name on the floor and things like on the dance floor. Like, it was like, I don't know, $300, $400. Really? For something that's gonna be stepped on the dance floor?
Do you really actually need it, or do you just want it?
Yeah, and that's something that was scratched off. Wedding was still perfect without it. I hope all these things were helpful for you. Our wedding plan, just think about, you know, is it a need or a want, you know, talk with your fiance about it. It's you guys together. Oh, guys out there, it's your wedding too. So don't be like, oh, she got it. Like, don't be making her pull teeth just to get an opinion. You were helpful.
I know.
Most times. So we just wanted to point out some things that made our wedding special. Entrance. At the Mocha, there's a long walkway. James Bond movie theme going on. We had a red carpet. Could have rented a carpet from a vendor, of course. We went to Party City. Got the fake red carpet. It was like $20 a roll. We used about 2 or 3 of them, and that was it. Saved us so much money. We also had like a nice chalkboard easel, feeding them in, and then we also had 4 other easels that had a canvas of our engagement pictures and like a movie poster, so they know what they're walking into.
We definitely used the entire facility. We used outside, inside,
all the
every
rooms.
room that they allowed us to use. You want to, you know, get your money's worth. You're paying to have that space, so you want to use as much of it as possible.
Another thing that made our wedding special is that we wrote our own vows. So I know we said in one of our previous videos that we said the same line, and we said, oh, we was gonna wait to this video to tell you guys our wedding vow together. I was so surprised that he said that. He said his vows first, and then while he was saying that, I was just like, did you read my vows? Like,
the line that we both said in our vows was that we promised that we wouldn't watch an episode of Power without each other. Yeah. And I said it first, so I think that she might have stole my line from out of my vows.
No.
She probably was creeping and looking through my
No, I didn't. And that was so funny because everybody was like cracking up. They're like, what? How did they both write the same thing? And you know, with our vows, you know, we wrote some funny and cute stuff, you know, things that, you know, other people didn't know. It's really cute if you guys write your own vows. You can make it more personal. Another thing that made it special was our first dance. So actually, when we first came out for our reception, when they're introducing us, came out to the Power theme song.
They say this is a big rich town.
Yeah, a little cool, you could think that we said in our vows, and then we came out to it too. Obviously, we are huge Power fans.
I know.
That's the only show I watch, honestly. I don't watch anything else. I miss Power so much.
Me too. Damn you, Angela.
Shut up. Okay, so after we came out to the Power song, we got to the dance floor, played Sex You Up, and everyone was just like, oh, like tick tock, you don't stop. And we started dancing. So everyone thought that was our first dance, but it wasn't. That was just us to get it started. And then our first dance song was actually Perfect by Ed Sheeran. After the wedding, you know, people went to the cocktail hour, and then after cocktail hour, we had everyone go to the theater. There was actually a theater in there.
And we just said, why not use it? We paying for it.
Decided to make our own movie. So shout out to Day Day again. We filmed our little movie trailer, our James Bond movie trailer. We're gonna try to post it on our Instagram, our movie that we made. It's basically, you know, Darius saving me from our evil villain. Funny, like people was really sitting down like, yo, they made a freaking movie. So we're gonna try to post it on Instagram. If not, it is posted on our Facebook page. Facebook link page is actually listed below, so check that out. It's really And the last thing that made it special was our sparklers exit. One of my old co-workers lived in South Carolina, so she actually gave them to us. And we had our nice sparkler exit, and it came out beautiful with the pictures. And then after the sparkler exit, we got on a party bus with our friends, and we went to a club and we just kept partying.
Yeah, we decided to have a party bus at the end instead of traditional limos because we wanted everyone to continue partying afterwards.
It was so much fun. So yeah, those are just some of the things that made our wedding special. If you guys have any questions at all, just leave a comment below. I'm really open about, you know, anything. You can hit them up from a guy's perspective as well. Just always remember, needs or your wants, and that can save you thousands of dollars. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully we gave you some great helpful tips. So make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram at the James Bond Vlog. See you next time.
Peace.